Guys, in this video, we're finally taking a look at the 110 scale Legendary Legend monster truck. So out of the box, you get a small LiPo safety bag, 2 USB chargers. This car also comes with front and rear lights. I had no idea this was a thing, but you get those as well. You get a very interesting Dean's parallel connector. This is not a series connector because this car comes with 2 batteries, so we can connect them both in parallel. One battery is 1600 mAh, and if you connect both together in parallel, you get 3200 mAh, increasing your runtime. You also get a very uncomfortable tool and some spare parts, and a Legendary charger brick. But it only comes with 1 port. Why would you put 1 port if you give me 2 chargers? And of course, a very simple remote. This thing has some power to it. This car just has normal small body pins, but they do not have a plastic at the end of them. I usually like that because it makes it a lot easier to remove from the body. But they are slightly angled, so at least we have a little bit of grip. This is not a design we're used to see, but I do quite like it. We have a double A-arm setup in the front and the rear, dual shocks in the back, single shock in the front, very thick metal CV drive shafts and hinge pin, and the same thing in the rear. And the shock towers look like metal, but I think they're just really hard plastic because they do flex a little bit. We have some metal skid plates in the bottom to protect the diff. The front bumper feels really soft, but the rear bumper feels kinda solid. And check this out, this is where you put the batteries. You just turn these hinges and voila. And you can fit 2 small batteries in here. There's 1 and number 2. This is one of the MJX HyperGo batteries and it fits in here perfectly. But you won't be able to put the connector on the battery of the ESC. This is the battery I got with the Red Cat Volcano, and you can easily fit 3 in there if you wanted to. These are the Z Power 2S LiPos I bought, and I think they can fit. Hold on. They do fit, but if you put them vertically, you won't be able to put the cover back on. And if you put it horizontally, it is a tight fit, but it should work. And at least then, the cover does fit. Now everything on this truck feels awesome, but the front bumper, man, it just feels way too soft. I feel like if I hit something too hard, it's gonna damage the diff. So I think I might put something in between them, maybe some foam, just to protect the diff a little bit. And if you guys want a size comparison, the Legend monster truck is a 110 scale, the Red Cat Volcano is a 116 scale, and the MJX HyperGo also 116 scale. It's kind of funny how the body fits like that, but yeah, compared to a 1/8 scale, this is the difference. Man, I can't wait to play with this Red Cat, man. It's been so long. I still have a couple of things to fix, but pretty soon, guys, pretty soon. So make sure to follow the channel. My collection is growing. Nice. Now with this monster truck, you can't really see what's going on inside, so I hope that means Dust will have a harder time going inside. But I will open it up quickly for you guys so you guys can see the dual motors inside. Alright, she's all opened up and we're in the belly of the beast, and everything looks metal and all, but it looks like monkey metal. So if I upgrade this thing, I might have to upgrade the pinion and everything as well, and the diffs, because they're just gonna get shredded. What's very unusual to me is that the motor mounts are not even screwed on or connected solid. It's just held on by the bottom and top piece of plastic, and that's it. Like, the mesh should be perfect, I'm assuming. I don't know, it just feels wrong, looks wrong. So those 2 pieces of plastic, the top and bottom one, are very important because they hold the motors in place and they hold the rear diff in place, which is so unusual. Now I'm not sure how hot these are gonna get, and it's probably gonna be hard to measure as well because they're in an enclosed system. So hopefully they don't get too hot, otherwise I might have to make some speed holes. They already have some holes, but I don't think this is enough. But this car does look a lot easier to work on than the Red Cat, so I'm definitely gonna upgrade this, add 2 brushless motors. Hopefully I can find some steel upgraded universal parts to replace the front and rear diffs, and probably also the pinion and the spur gear. Alright, post-production JB here. You see how hard it landed off the stairs? That's what actually broke the car, but you'll see that in a minute. This was my first run. My son wanted to play outside with his Red Cat, so I thought, you know what, might as well bash a little bit with a small little jump, see what it can do. And we had quite a few hard landings, but, you know, it seemed fine until you'll see what happens. Red Cat versus Legendary. Let's see who wins.
Go.
So this part of the hub broke. It didn't look too bad, so I just popped the pin back in and I just hoped for the best. Alright, let's take a look at the damage. Look like this hub thing broke. We can put it back in the wheel, but it popped back out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the pin, put it back together, and then hot glue it, and hopefully that will prevent it from popping out again. Looks like you can find a whole set of the suspension stuff of this car on Amazon, but I wish I could find metal parts of these. Looks like this pin's slightly bent, which makes no sense because I did not hit this corner. While working on the car, I also received some of the packages I ordered, so we're gonna check those out later in the video. Alright, we are at our speedrun location. Now I got a 3S battery and I got a 2S battery. Now this is not the original battery it comes with. It comes with two 2S batteries, but I'm trying to make things easier for myself, so I just have the same connectors on all my small cars. We're gonna start off with the 2S. Well, actually, let's hope it fits, because this one does fit but the cover won't close, so I'll just tape it for you guys. Alright, I kind of made it fit, and let's see if the cover closes. Yeah, it closes just fine. Perfect. To get our GPS ready, there we go. Let's reset it from last week. Alright, we're ready. Quick tip guys, these sit very loose, so what I do, I just keep pushing it like this, and now they are a lot more solid. Now these ones are from the MJX Hypergo. They come with this little plastic which really helps out. Now I already broke this car real quick after a quick run, so I just hot glued the rear axle hub. Hopefully it holds up. Nope, broke right away. Alright, let's hope it doesn't break anymore. Doesn't look too fast with a 2S. Let's immediately put that 3S in there. Drives nice though. 19.4. So that's how our 3S fits. Can't do anything about it. I am gonna put some paper tape so it doesn't fly out or anything. Let's check it with 3S. Definitely moves a bit more. Oh, definitely way faster. Very nice. Oops. Ah, that was a hard hit. Oops. There goes the the wheel. Again, I'll just pop it back in. But let's see. We got 27.4 miles an hour. That's okay, not the best thing in the world. So apart from this, I think I just got a bad part, because I hit the front, nothing broke here, but this just popped out, which is very unfortunate. I wish I could really run this thing and bash this thing today, but I might have to order the spare parts and take it out again another day. Alright, we're all fixed and ready to go, but one more crash and I'm just gonna stop for today. It already broke, guys. Look how it's dragging. Look how it's dragging the back wheel. Very sad. Very sad. Drive up to him back to the car. Alright, looks like we lost the axle. We're gonna have to... Oh, look, the freaking hot glue just broke off. The pin is still there, but we have to go look for the axle. So, BRB. Alright, so I had to look back at the footage to see where the axle was. I stopped looking around this area. Not sure what that shiny thing is, but according to the video, I went all the way over here somewhere. So, hopefully, I can find it. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's really far away. Alright, very unfortunate, but luckily today I came prepared. So I still have our MJX Hypergo, which we need to speed test to see how fast it can go. Alright, let's see what's in these boxes. Oh, this is my mosquito trap. I told you guys I was from South America and we have a ton of mosquitoes here. Ah, clamps for shouldering. We're gonna need this as well. Very nice. Our next package is pretty small. We got our Z lipo safety bag because I am kind of scared of lipos. This will at least give me a little bit of ease of mind. Because I put all my small lipos in this thing, which is okay for the small lipos, but for the big ones, I needed something bigger. But I did see some videos where even this thing catches on fire, so I did find a better solution, but I'll show you guys that in a future video. Not sure what this is. Oh, we got our pinion gears. Hell yeah. Next package. We got a Red Cat Earthquake front and rear differentials that are completely hardened, version 2. This is the part number if you're interested. This is a steel spur gear for the Red Cat Earthquake because the one that's on the car right now is just plastic. This is not RC related, but like I said, I have a lot of mosquitoes, so this thing is gonna be really handy for me. Oh, my camera mounts arrived. Not sure what this thing is. A rubber ducky, what the hell? We got a battery cell checker, which is very important to have if you're doing RC stuff. My metal extruder came for my 3D printer. Rechargeable batteries because I got a ton of RC remotes now. Auto bed leveler for my 3D printer. And again, more stuff for mosquitoes. Trust me guys, we have a ton of mosquitoes out here. Ah, more Red Cat stuff. Red Cat arms. More Red Cat arms. And bottom shield. Spare hinges. Spare spur gear mount, I think. Spare shock tower. More spare links. Another one. And a spare center diff. So with all of this, we can finally, hopefully fix our earthquake. And then I still got this massive box.
That's what she said.
Oh, it's the wheels I ordered, which are way too big, I think. Guys, these tires are massive. What the hell did I order? Look at my hand. It's bigger than my hand. I ordered these tires for this Red Cat, and actually, looking at the tires side by side, they're actually not that different. They're actually perfect. They just look so massive. These are, oh, these feel really bad compared. These one have a lot of new fresh grip. Oh, these feel really, really dry. So we're probably gonna shred these tires first thing we do. Yep. Height-wise, they're slightly higher, but they're a much bigger diameter. But they're gonna look so badass. So if you guys want to see this truck transform into one of the coolest trucks ever, make sure to follow the channel, man. We got our front and rear diff, we got our center diff, we got pinions and spur gear, we got wheels, motor and ESC is being settled. I think we're about ready to go. Just need to put everything together. Guys, this is the MGX Hypergo. Check out the size of this new tire. This thing is massive. That's what she said, of course.
That's what she said.
It's gonna be insane, guys. All right, guys. So it's been 2 months later. Finally got the parts for this legendary legend monster truck. I got a whole bag of goodies. I got all the spare parts. I think that was just the best value. One thing that I also noticed is that the front and rear, lower and upper arms are all interchangeable. So I can use the front one in the rear and the rear one in the front, and you know, same thing goes for both sides. So actually, all that we needed was one of these. This is the part that broke on the old car. So what I'm gonna do is, Kevin Talbot has done it and RC Sparks RC. I'm just gonna spray WD-40 because some of the plastics here are really hard and it doesn't flex like the Red Cat I have. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? This isn't a screw model. You just need to press it in and out. So that's what I'm actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just remove that one. And this one I need to push out. This pin was not easy to remove without a vise. My gosh. So now just pick our new one. This goes here. Should be a lot easier to put. There we go. I really need to get a vise though. Same thing with the top one. And this one doesn't have a right or wrong. It's just the same thing. All right. They should be all good now. Right. Now once that is on, you can pop the suspension back in. Pretty simple, but I guess it's also pretty annoying because if you jump too hard, it can just pop out constantly. You just pop it in. That's it. And then we should be ready to rock and roll again. So what I did over here, I just sprayed WD-40 on all the plastics, then I let it marinate for a little bit and then just wipe it off. And hopefully that will make our plastics a lot less brittle. Alright guys, it's been a while since I'm here at my speedrun location. It's been like 2 months or something. My legendary RC car is fixed. I got my GPS already. Also, someone mentioned in the comment section that this only goes to 40 miles per hour, like this type of GPS, but
we just hit 49 with my car. So I think unless we hit like 100 plus, I think I'm good with this GPS. So for this run, I'm only gonna run it on the 3S. I can't remember how the video was 2 months ago, but I think we'll be fine. We're gonna do a 3S run and then see if we can find a spot to like durability test this thing a little bit. All right, here we go. I think that should be enough. Definitely a lot slower than the Machete. We got 26.3. All right, not bad, not bad.
Alright, editing JB here. So in this video, I was experimenting with the slow motion option on my phone. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of slow motion in this video. But I did notice something very interesting watching this slow motion footage. And that is that there is a lot of vibration when the wheels are spinning. I'm not sure if it's like that with all RC cars, but it was just interesting to see.
Even from a standstill, if I just full throttle, no wheelie at all. It did cut off there, so it might be already too hot. Hopefully that cooled it down a bit. I did not know there was water there. Oops. Oh, there's a whole bunch of water here. Yeah, it's kind of fun driving in grass and water like this. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. Come on. This is probably not a good idea. I have faith. Nope, it's stuck. I'm surprised it didn't cut out there. Pretty amazing. I think I need to let it dry a little bit though. Crawler. Oops, I heard a clack. I heard a loud crack. Everything still seems a-okay. Not bad. Maybe the WD-40 did help. It's been a good 40 minutes at this location, so I think I'm gonna head to a different one. Let the car cool down a bit. And I'm also sure that the 3S pack is also out of juice. You guys hear that? I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if that's the ESC going bad Or the servo struggling? But I am really impressed. Car held up pretty good. It is very wet. You guys hear that? And for running around 40 minutes here, we still have 6% left on this battery, which is not bad for this 3S2200 Mazi power LiPo. There's no physical damage that I can see, even though, you know, we abused it a little bit. Found a new location, which looks pretty alright to drive. I think I'm gonna go over there. Not sure what's over there. There's a football field and there is a basketball field. Ugh, look at this crap. Ew, it's in my mouth. I was not hungry, man. I just wanted to check out how it handled on loose surfaces, because on asphalt it kind of sucks. It does roll over, but it's not that bad. Guys, I figured out what the issue was. Look at this. Suspension broke. Really unfortunate. I also gotta find the spring. Alright, I was looking for the spring but can't find it. So, you know what Kevin says? It's getting it now. It cuts out for a split second, but then... oh, we're good. It cuts out for a split second. Surprised it still handles pretty good, even though it has a broken... whoa. Ooh, close. Flip. Oh, what the hell was that? I didn't want to go for a second there. Yeah, something's up. It just cuts out sometimes. Look at that vibration on the rear tire. Hell yeah, dude. Freaking awesome. Alright, searching for a good 15 minutes, we finally found it. And the cap too, so pretty lucky there. Alright, round 2. My car and my phone overheated, so I could not record anymore. Let's see. I don't want to destroy this thing, but I also kind of want to destroy this thing. So let's see what happens. The shock is still busted though, so I'm running on one front shock. Oh man, I do see a pile of dirt there. I wonder if we can jump that. Oh, that was cool.
Now, I don't like hosing down my RC cars, but that white sand is so annoying to get off. This is the fastest and easiest way to do it. But if you do spray down your RC car, make sure to dry it properly. Having something like an air compressor is really helpful. And once it's dry, make sure to spray some WD-40 on the screws and bolts. And I personally also spray the wheel hubs and the bearings. Alright guys, so this was the Legendary Legend Monster Truck. Kind of a strange name, but that's what it's called. I got this one, the Legend 110 scale. They also have a Thunder, a Tornado, a Sonic, and a Triton. And they even got a Crawler. Oh, by the way, this is not what it looks like. I'm just working on a project with 3D printed tires. So actually the original tires are on the MGX. Let me just switch it out so you guys don't get confused. By the way, we also found a little bit of damage. One of the hexes of the wheels is almost completely gone. Alright, that's better. I do think it looked way cooler with those tires on. Now I had a lot of fun with this car, even though my experience with it was not that great. First I broke this part of the wheel hub and then I broke this rod end. I also just noticed some damage on the wheels here. The wheels do crack quite easily and on the back wheel as well. So it's pretty obvious that durability wise, it's not that great. But the fun factor is high though. I actually had a lot of fun with this car. I know I put the wheels in the wrong way now. I'm just doing it for the video. I'm gonna switch back to those tires in a bit. And now for the pros and cons of this car. One of the RC channels mentioned it best. Let's take this MGX for example. It's cheap, it's durable, it is extremely fast. But even with all of that, if the connection between the car and the user isn't great, the experience with the car itself is just gonna be bad. So that's the issue with this car. But with this, it was no issue. It did cut out like twice. I think that's because it was hot and I was running it on 3S for quite a while. And it also cut out each time I landed in water, just for a split sec, and then, you know, it would get out of it again, no problem. So handling wise, this was great. Even performance wise was not that bad. It wasn't super fast, but it's also not super slow, and it actually handled water quite well. So let's talk about some of the pros. I got it for 48 bucks, which is super cheap. The retail price is $211. So I would say if you can get it for under, I would say maybe 75 bucks, 50 bucks, I would say it's a deal. But for the retail price, I would not recommend getting this truck. It's a little bit of a letdown. But for 48 bucks, you can ignore some issues. Now, I did mention in the beginning, parts availability is there, but only for stock parts. I haven't really seen any upgradable parts. But while upgrading the MGX, I did notice that the diff and the spur gear looked very similar to this one. So in the future, before I make it double brushless, I'm gonna compare the old parts of the MGX and see if they fit. And if they do fit, well, then we got upgradable parts. And another great thing about this car is it's a lot of fun. I was thinking about it when getting footage for this car. I was like, man, why am I enjoying this car more than the MGX? That's because, you know, the responsiveness of the radio, man, and it just handles terrain good. And now for some of the cons. Obviously, it is very weak. I feel like if I sneeze on it, it will break something else. The plastic of this thing does not feel cheap. It just feels dry and, I don't know, just old. It doesn't feel weak. It just, you know, the quality doesn't seem weak. It just, you know, when some plastic gets old and dry, it breaks fast. That's what I think is happening to this car. And that is pretty much my only complaint about the car, is that it's not really durable, man. One more thing I would like to mention. In the beginning, I said that I've just pushed the body pins all the way in, so they sit a little bit tighter. But I noticed that you can also use bigger body pins. These sit a little bit better on the body. I also want to see if the servo still makes that weird cracking noise. Looks like the servo's all dried up and it still works. Hell yeah! Hold on, fellas. As I was checking the servo, I found some bendage. Look at this. It's slightly bent. It's not the worst thing in the world, but we bent one of the drive shafts, or the axles, or the dog bones, or whatever you want to call them. I did not think thick shafts like this would bend. Now, if I would have to rate this truck, I would have to give it a solid 7 out of 10, even though it's a lot more fun than the MGX. But the whole issues with the parts breaking, waiting for parts, the whole experience was not that great. Even though it's a fun car, it's a fun car. This one is not as fun, but it's a lot more reliable. This one is a lot of fun, it's bigger, but it breaks easily. Also, the body held up okay, but I did reinforce it a little bit with the drywall tape. Oh yeah, one more thing that I forgot to mention, which is kind of important. It's very rear heavy. So we got 2 motors in the back, the ESCs in the back, the batteries in the middle. There's not a lot of weight in the front. So whenever you jump, it likes to go to the moon. So after like a whole bunch of jump, I realized whenever I jump the car, I just need to tap the brake once. And it just levels out. So in the future, we're gonna run them on these tires. These are just prototype tires because they're not 100% right yet. I'm just gonna, you know, test them out. And I also wanna make this thing a little bit faster, not by that much. So that was it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, I hope I earned a like and a subscription to the channel. If you guys want to see more, you can click on one of these 2 videos over here and I'll see you there in a minute. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace.